Welcome to Blazing Baseball, episode 114, where we blaze through
114.
today's baseball topics.
Wow, that's a lot.
And we are Astros and Yankees fans. So today
Yes.
we have in the news a Mets trade happened, so we'll get into that.
The Mets.
Or and trades.
They're trying to beat the Braves.
Yep. And so later today, because we have no game happened so far, we have the Orioles at Reds.
15 games, full stack.
Full stack with the. Sorry if I mispronounce any names in this podcast. Orioles at Reds with the Orioles Bradish, who is 1-2, versus the Reds Minor, who's 1-7, and they are actually in. Now it says they're in warm up right now.
Warming up. Friday night
So
baseball. 15 games.
Turn that one on in a little bit. And then we have the Mets at Marlins with the Mets Bassett, who is 7-7, versus the Marlins Alcantara, who is 9-4. And then we have the Cards and Nats with the Cards Mikolas, who is 7-8, versus the Nats Sanchez, who is 0-2. And then we have the P's at it again, the Phillies at Pirates, with the Phillies Falter, who is 0-3, versus the Pirates Quintana, who is 3-5. And then we have the Royals at Yanks with the Royals Bubik, who is 2-6, versus the Yanks Cole, who is 9-3.
9-3.
And then we have the Tigers at Blue Jays with the Tigers Garcia, who is 0-0, versus Toronto's Manoa, who is 11-4. And then we have the Guardians at Rays with the Guardians Bieber, who is 4-6, versus the Rays Springs, who is 3-2. And then we have the Brewers at Bum Sox with the Brewers Woodruff, who is 8-3, versus Boston's Davis, who is 1-1. And then we have the D-backs at Braves with the D-backs Bumgardner, who is 6-9, versus the Braves Wright, who is 12-4. And then we have the Mariners at Astros with the Mariners Ray, who is 8-7, versus the Astros Verlander, who is 13-3.
Verlander,
And then
13-3.
The A's at White Sox with the A's Caprillion, who is 1-5, versus the White Sox Lynn, who is 1-3. And then we have the Dodgers at Rockies with the Dodgers Urias, who is 9-6, versus the Rockies Cool, who is 6-5. And then we have the Rangers at Angels with the Rangers Perez, who is 8-2, versus the Angels Sandoval, who is 3-6. And then we have the Twins at Padres with the Twins Ryan, who is 7-3, versus the Padres Snell, who is 2-5. And last but not least, we have the Cubs at Giants with the Cubs Stroman, who is 2-5, versus the Giants Cobb, who is 3-4.
All right, 15 games tonight, Friday night baseball. I just read that the Padres are the number one running team to try to trade for Soto. That's what I just came across. So let's see what happened last night in Major League Baseball. The Astros won 4-2. Astros at home at Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas. Won 4-2 over the Seattle Mariners, who are in second place behind them. So Astros had 6 hits and 4 runs. Altuve had a double, Alvarez had a double, and Bregman had a double. And then Bregman hit a home run, and we won the game. The winning pitcher was, it was Montero, who came in mid-relief. He got the win. He's 4-1, and he's got an ERA of 1.76. He threw for 1 1/3 inning. The starting pitcher was Urquidy. He went 6 2/3 innings. He gave up 4 hits and 2 earned runs. His earned run average is 3.86. And Presley got the save, his 21st save of the season. His earned run average is 2.7. Astros have really good pitching. Mm-hmm. They can shut you down.
Oh, yeah.
With the starters, with the mid-relievers, and Presley in the box in the 9th inning. So the Mariners were held to 5 hits and 2 runs. The losing pitcher was Munoz. He's 1 and 4 for the season. He gave up 1 hit and 2 earned runs, Homer, and his ERA is 3.10. There were 29,799 screaming fans at Minute Maid Park rooting for the Astros to knock off the second place Mariners. So the Astros are now 65 and 35, first place in the AL West, and the Mariners are 54 and 46, second place in the AL West. And they're going at it again tonight.
Yep.
Who's chucking?
Seattle is playing the Astros today at Minute Maid at 7:10 Central Time. And we have Robbie Ray on the mound for the Mariners, who is a left-handed pitcher who is 8-7 with a 3.9 ERA and 136 strikeouts. On the mound for the Astros, is Justin Verlander, who is a right-handed pitcher who is 13-3 with a 1.86 ERA and 117 strikeouts.
Oh, he's so good.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, he's going for 20.
Yep, and up first for Seattle is Rodriguez at center field, batting 272, and then France at first base, batting 310, and then Santana at DH, batting 203, and then Suarez at third base, batting 231, and then Crawford at shortstop, batting 270, and then Lewis at right field, batting 207, and then Riley, at catcher, batting 211, and then Winker at left field, batting 223, and then Frazier at second base, batting 240. And then first for the Astros is Altuve at second base, batting 272. And then Gurriel at first base, batting 238. And then Alvarez at DH, batting 309.
Oh, yeah.
And then Bregman at third base, batting 241. And then Tucker at right field, batting 245. And then Pena at shortstop, batting 262. And then Diaz at left field, batting 232. And then Dubon at center field, batting 211. And then Maldonado at catcher, batting 170.
And I'm glad that Bregman's in the game. You know, he slid in on that wild pitch. He scored, but the pitcher stomped on his leg, on his ankle. But fortunately, he's in the lineup tonight, and he's not hurt. I thought he was going to be hurt because it was a really rough play. He got jammed. But he got up, got into the dugout, and then he came back in the game, and he kept playing, and they won. So it was great. And he's in the lineup tonight, but I know his leg hurts.
Yeah.
That hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he got crunched really hard. But he scored, and they won the game. Okay. So, back in Yankee land, in the Bronx, the Yankees won 1-0. The Judge hit a home run in the bottom of the ninth to win the game 1-0. The Yankees only had 2 hits, though. That's it. But Judge hit the home run in the bottom of the ninth. The Yankees had really good pitching. And they held KC to a shutout. And the Judge won the game 1-0. Yankees win. Wow. Judge had his 39th home run. The winning pitcher for the Yankees was Holmes. He's 5-1 for the season. He threw the 9th inning, and he had a strikeout. His earned run average is 1.20. Winky cat. All right. The losing pitcher was Barlow. He's 4-3 for the season, and he has an earned run average of 2.11. He's a good pitcher, but Yankees got a home run from the Judge to win it. There were 43,836 screaming fans, Yankee Stadium in the bottom of the ninth, cheering on the Judge to hit the home run and win the game. Yankees stay in first place in the AL East. They're 67-33. Kansas City is in 5th place in the AL Central. They're 39-60. And they're going again tonight. Let's see who's chucking.
Yep. Tonight in the Bronx at 6:05 Central Time. Up on the mound for the Royals is Chris Bubik, who's a left-handed pitcher who is 2-6 with a 5.53 ERA and 55 strikeouts. On the mound for the Yankees is Garrett Cole, who is a right-handed pitcher who is 9-3 with a 3.09 ERA and 153 strikeouts.
Whoa, he's so good too. Oh yeah. Boy.
Up first for KC is Melendez at catcher, batting 233, and then Merrifield at second base, batting 240, and then Perez at DH, batting 211, and then Pasquantino at first base, batting 213, and then Dozier at left field, batting 261, and then Pareto at right field, batting 242, And then Isbell at center field, batting 216. And then Garcia at shortstop with no stats right now. And then Lopez at third base, batting 244. Up first for the Yanks is LeMahieu at third base, batting 281. And then Judge at right field, batting 293. And then Rizzo at first base, batting 222. And then Torres at second base, batting 263. And then Donaldson at DH, batting 223. And then Benintendi at left field, batting 316. And then Hicks at center field, batting 240. And then Kiner Falefa at shortstop, batting 275. And then Higashioka at catcher, batting 186.
All right. We know the good game. There's a story here that just came out. It was CBS that said the Yankees want another starting pitcher, which I thought was pretty interesting. They picked up Benintendi. They picked up the outfielder, but they're looking at trying to get Frankie Montes, Luis Castillo, or Syndergaard. So one of those three pitchers, they're actually trying to do some kind of trade to get them onto the team. It's because they have an injury to Luis Severino right now. Who's a really good pitcher, but he's on the DL. So I guess they're worried about that. So we'll see what happens. We have a few days left before a trade would have to happen. I think the deadline is Tuesday. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Colby. All right. Let's do this.
Yes.
You want to do the standings?
Yep. And so in the AL East, the Yanks are first, 11.5 games over Toronto. In the AL Central, Minnesota is 2 games over Cleveland. In the AL West, Houston is 11 games over Seattle.
Oh, yeah.
In the NL East, the Mets are 3 games over Atlanta. In the NL Central, Milwaukee is 3 games over St. Louis. And in the NL West, the LA Dodgers is 12 games over San Diego.
Okay, you know what? We're going to have to start focusing on who the wild card teams are in the next couple of weeks.
The wild card.
So we'll call that.
We'll
look at that as we get a little further down the season.
Yep.
Yeah.
So in the trade news, we have, according to ESPN, New York Mets acquired Tyler Naquin, Philip Deal in trade with Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, the Mets, they want to beat the Braves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it says they traded 2 minor leaguers.
Okay.
For them.
Younger talent. Okay.
So they received outfielder Hector Rodriguez and right-hander Jose Acuna. And so those are 2 good picks or upgrades for the Mets.
Yep. Well, they have a better team now.
Mm-hmm.
They're good players, and that's going to help them. And they're 3 games ahead of the Braves right now. So it's tight for them.
Yes. And an interesting paragraph in this article, it says Naquin has a $4,025,000 salary and is eligible for free agency after the season. Position pushes New York's luxury tax payroll above $290 million.
Oh boy!
The new 4th tax level named after free spending Mets owner Steve Cohen. Oh. So that's saying that they're the highest paying team in baseball?
No, I don't know. We'd have to see a list, but that's high.
Yeah.
$290 million. Wow, that's a lot of money. What a payroll.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to do some research on that and see what the rankings are. I know the Yankees got to be up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So then we will research that and bring y'all that information tomorrow. Any other baseball topics today?
15 big games coming on. Astros and Yankees are at it again tonight. Let's go, Yankees. Let's go, Astros.
Yep. And we'll catch y'all tomorrow here on Blazing Baseball, blazing through tomorrow's baseball topics.
Peace out. Blazing Baseball.
14-20.